last time was fucking the RBG episode. That was
Oh shit. Yeah.
Oh my God, that was crazy.
Oh yeah,
wasn't that wasn't that literally a year ago?
Yeah, it was right before. I remember it like it was yesterday, right before the election.
Oh my
wow, it was a year ago. God damn.
That's crazy. It feels like forever ago at the same time.
Yeah, I mean it's like 100 years in internet time.
Yeah,
absolutely.
God gained one of his strongest soldiers that day. Call her back home.
We're just gonna have like this episode. We'll just do the exact same thing as last time.
Yeah, just rehash it. Be like, I still haven't recovered. I'm still living to it. Yeah, I've gone through like 3 political shifts since then.
Yeah, same here.
I guess we should start with something simple. There's the Baldwin stuff. Which
Oh
my God,
that is.
We'll start with something simple.
Something simple, like a Baldwin murdering, like we always knew he would.
We live in the timeline where Alec Baldwin is like literally. This is at Trustworthy Slav.
This is at Incognito, COH.
CRK, Black.com, Pilled.
This is the Fed Post.
Baldwin murdering, like we always knew he would.
We live in the timeline where Alec Baldwin has like literally committed a murder.
When I saw that news, I like bolted upright and was literally about to go to bed, and then I spent like 2 hours just scrolling because I could not believe it.
Dude, it's like incredible. Like this seems like a fucking murder novel. And then you see these videos of this broad who was brought on to like manage the armory or whatever. Like the lady who handed him the prop, and it's like some fucking like purple hair. It's too perfect. Like all the details of the story.
It's making me like go fully insane. The more I read about it, like seeing who that was, like just the pure indignity of fucking dying because they hired some like 24-year-old nepotism hire, whatever, and dying because she was just goofing around, like shooting the gun, like in between scenes. Insane.
She's too hopped up on her matcha to pay attention to what she was doing. Oh my God. We should just be a murder podcast for this week.
Oh yeah, true crime. We're gonna get to the bottom of it.
I saw somebody showed like a TikTok where it was like the girl was like very like into all the all the crazy like pronoun stuff and like all the doing those TikToks and all that. She was one of those.
That's what makes it so crazy. It's like the reality is like ripping at the seams, and like I feel like these like karma cycles are getting so short. Like when is like it's just all too perfect. It seems like they fire people, they bring in this like blue-haired whatever, and somebody dies. Like
the scab that they bring in ends up getting killed because of like faulty work.
It's just insane. It feels too perfect.
Insane. It feels like bad satire made up.
Yes, that's what I feel about reality like all the time now. It's too on the nose.
So the thing about one of the crazy things that I learned about this story, right, is that this cinematographer woman who died, right, because it was 2 people that were shot, which as a side note is funny because you're like, oh, like I see all these posts online. I see all these takes of people being like, it absolutely wasn't Baldwin's fault. And it's like, it's been 2 days, motherfucker. Like
yes.
Like I'm not out here doing the thing where I'm like, Baldwin for prison, but like, isn't the idea you're not supposed to have any firm angle, but it was, respect, but like, he shot 2 people, which, I feel like makes the mistake thing a little harder to believe. But the woman he actually killed, who was, I believe, the cinematographer, she was the wife of an attorney, right? And this attorney had worked for the Clinton family.
Oh my God.
I'm asking everybody to go deeper on this one, okay? Because this threatens to go to the very heart.
I did see that. I honestly, at this point, I'm fully like, there are no coincidences pilled. Like, absolutely. I'm just like, yeah, it's all connected. Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah, dude. Like, come on, dude. Come on.
I really don't know what happened. So it was just on set and it's supposed to be like an accident, right? It was like a prop gun with
I guess like bullets. Yeah, I guess what they're saying is there was accidentally a real bullet in there, which is also insane. Like, how was a real bullet even on set? Yeah, it just seems like none of the explanations are like quite clicking for me.
Well, the funny thing too is, I guess, just like in this case, it's like, oh, it's a prop gun because, like, I mean, it's a real gun, but it was just on a set being used as a prop. So that's what makes it a prop gun. Like the fucking thing shot a live round and killed a person.
Yeah, okay? I think we can just say gun. It was a gun.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say.
Maybe they had some beef with whoever got whacked. Maybe it was a setup.
Well, so that's part of the interesting thing, right? Is so. Well, I don't know. I mean, Nicole, I feel like it would be better if you told the account of it, but like, all the like labor stuff with the crew.
Yeah. So I guess like weirdly enough, earlier that morning, I guess like all the time during the shoot, there has been like complaints about safety issues. Like there was apparently another gun misfire like earlier in the shoot. Like this wasn't even the first one. And crew threatened to like walk off set. Or actually, I think what was happening was they were demanding all these like changes to be made for safety and everything. And then one morning, producers like fired the entire crew, union crew, and brought in all these like local workers like in Albuquerque to like fill in. And then 6 hours later, this happens.
Yeah.
That's right. Like in the same vein as the people like John Deere factory bringing in their like slabs and then crashing forklifts. Yeah.
Isn't like it's so it's so immediate, like the consequences. I'm like, it's damn. Wild. Like
it is wild. And apparently this woman who was shot was like leading these organization efforts. And so there's even potentially kind of, like a motive there of like, I mean, okay, listen, I don't know if she was leading them, but she was like fully supportive. Support.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they hawked everybody that was union and just like brought a bunch of scabs in and this lady, I guess, decided to stay on, but.
Yeah, I wonder, like, why did she decide to stay on? Like, there's just because her last Instagram post was like standing strong, like solidarity, and then they all get fired and she's still there. It's just weird. Like,
seems like a lack of solidarity.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
It goes with the blue hair, though.
Yeah.
And Baldwin's in good favor with the libs, right? Because of the Trump stuff.
The Trump impression. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite was like the liberal conspiracies. Those are always so fun because they're like, what if somebody was setting Alec Baldwin up to like make Trump look good? This was a MAGA shooting. I'm like, Jesus.
Right. Some Trump supporter slipped the bullet in there.
Yeah.
Deranged.
All the conspiracies are fucking boring. The lib conspiracies are fucking like Russiagate. It's always fucking boring. It's like,
dude, and that's the thing, man. It's like I'm trolling through and looking at all these like YouTube is just rotten with Fox News clips of them talking about new details emerging from the Alec Baldwin case. I mean, these people are fucking demons, right? Like these people, it's like, it's horrible. It's tacky and all of that, but I can't hate it too much because it's actually entertaining and kind of like crazy to think about.
It's salacious. Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like I can't look away. Whereas, just like these desperate fucking libs just being like, well, what if maybe someone that was there on January 6th put a bullet in the gun? It's dumb. It's boring.
It's just they have to protect him no matter what, because if it turns out Alec Baldwin, he was a producer on this. So if it turns out, he was negligent, that reflects badly on them because he's playing for their team. That's all it is at the end of the day.
Well, especially because they all kind of have the vibe of being like, the adults are back in charge. We need daddy. And it's like, well, dad just killed mom.
I was surprised we didn't get a Trump statement. Honestly, I was waiting for it.
Oh man, I feel like we're gonna get at least a joke at some point, right?
He's gotta mention it.
These Trump tweets, the long form tweets he's giving in the press conference, press releases, they're fucking amazing.
Oh yeah, and everybody's it's about Meghan McCain and how he was like, I made it possible for your father to have the longest funeral in the world.
No, and like with all of these people that he calls out, he just always just straight up says like, no one likes them. No one likes you. You're an unlikable person.
Yes. And it's never wrong. Like nobody can say he's saying anything wrong except the most deranged liberal like among us. We're all still eating up his every word. He still is absolutely like has the country by the balls.
He had that recent one about Colin Powell, where at the end he's like, he made plenty of mistakes, but anyways, may he rest in peace.
Yes, that was so good. That's when I was like, Trump is absolutely a gay man. Like, there's no straight man alive who can be that perfectly bitchy. But anyway, rest in peace. So perfect.
I missed all the. I was suspended that whole day that Colin.
Damn.
R.I.P. Colin was. He had died, but. I saw somebody was saying like the left was like making it like, oh, he wasn't that bad or something, like rehabbing him. I think Alexei said that, but I don't know if that's.
I mean, they were probably doing their whole like decency and democracy bullshit. You know what I mean? We're just trying to be good human beings out here. We're the better people.
The only thing I really saw was people just doing the thing of like, well, yeah, I mean, he died of a breakthrough case and like it was bad, but he had blood cancer, which is funny. That's funny. And Colin Powell is a fucking demon person. He's a fucking demon person.
Absolutely.
And I'm not going to fucking defend this piece of shit who fucking went up with a little vial and sold the fucking narrative. Fuck you. Burn in hell.
That's crazy. That's even arguable. That's even being argued.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, honestly though, like I gotta say, like I didn't even let it bother me all that much or distract me, because it was just like, it was a gift. It was a gift, right? Like a high profile breakthrough COVID case death, right? And I don't usually celebrate these things, right? Even though I guess like this is our theme when Nicole comes on now.
Celebrating death. That is
I'm popping champagne right now.
We've already checked all 3 of them now, so
Dia de los Muertos. but like it's a high profile COVID breakthrough case, right? And so of course the libs have to be backed into a corner to defend it, and
so good,
and it's fucking Colin Powell, dude. Like it's just it rhymes. It's like it's beautiful.
They have to be mad because he was vaccinated, so they have to ignore the war crimes because the most important thing is being vaccinated. So he did his part.
He did his penance.
We lost a hero today. We lost a hero.
Yep. It's a shame.
It's not celebrating that he died. It's just like, the whole breakthrough case thing. It just like punctures holes through their whole thing. It's just like the whole point of like the vax efficacy. Like that's really it. That's really the main thing.
They always say like if everyone around him would have been vaccinated, he never would have gotten a breakthrough case of the vaccine that everybody is supposed to have.
It was because of January 6th, the insurrectionists.
Someone breathed on something in there.
Well, it's just like when like Bill Clinton recently being in the hospital or whatever. I just have this feeling of like, look, these guys, they got away with everything. They're old. They're in the clear. You know what I mean? I don't really care if they live or die at this point because they got away with it. You know what I mean?
I see that. I'm like, yeah, it's about time. Sure.
Yeah.
I don't feel anything about it. I don't feel bad about it at all.
Although part of me feels like they'll just never die. So whenever I get like a little bit of like, I am like, okay, maybe we can finally all move forward. But of course it never happens. It never ends.
Yeah, he's living off the adrenochrome, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
And fucking
Powell is still alive. Make no mistake.
Yeah, I'm sure he is. He's over there with Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, I'll be the person on the pod to say I do care about this. I was smitten to see this news. I was smitten, and somebody has to say it, and I'll be the one to say it. As the good Christian member of the Fed Post that I am.
I think, a demon was called back home, so it's okay.
Yeah,
exactly.
He came home. Yeah, I mean, all these guys, I don't know. They're all... the Bush rehabbing thing, like with Michelle Obama and all that.
Oh God,
that was all like I don't know if it's already been forgotten. It's pretty fresh in memory, obviously, but during Trump, obviously, all these neocons were given the shine up of like, wow, I miss
George
Bush.
W. Bush. George W. Bush. That's the guy who's famous for liking Reese's Pieces, right?
Right. The painter. The
painter.
The autistic savant painter.
Oh my God.
Autistic savant painter. Dude, George W. Bush looks like a little chimp man. He looks like a little chimp. He looks like a little chimp. And so to these paintings and it's like he's like Coco the gorilla.
Yeah.
That's why everyone's impressed. That's why. Exactly.
Good job, Georgie.
That's so like when they wheel around Biden and have him like walk flowers into Kamala's office or whatever.
Yes, I saw that.
Well, Biden is like a Make-A-Wish kid, like a retarded Make-A-Wish kid.
God.
And his wish was to be the leader of the free world.
Yes. Did you guys see him like glitch out during that town hall and just like hold his hands at a 90-degree angle in front of him?
Oh yeah, what was up with that?
I don't know. He just like froze there. Like he was like somebody, like there was a glitch in his operating system or something. And
he thought he had a podium.
So weird. Yeah, it was. It's just everything is so weird.
This is viral marketing for the new Matrix movie.
I've been desensitized to all these CGI Biden moments because like the fucking his hand through the mic and the other person driving the car and the Lynchian what was it, the fucking with the Carter's picture, all these things people? Like now I'm just like and now I'm just like these things like I see him at 90 degrees I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. I guess I'm not even phased anymore.
It's a good day for him. It's a good day.
Yeah, it's very I'm sure there's something going on. I mean they call off meetings.
Biden. It's a good day for Biden if he's not fucking clipping through geometry in the world.
Falling through the ground.
Biden is a Skyrim NPC. Like, he's not real.
Yeah, I'm sure he's glitching up or something. I mean, he's like in meetings with these like heads of state from other countries and like,
nah, bro,
his eyes glaze over and they're just like, all right, we got to end the meeting right now. Just in the mid sentence of somebody speaking, like we just got to.
Just like the stuff with Bojo, where like Boris Johnson is just talking and then they just like just all the press just like leaves the room and like it's bizarre, dude.
It's weird. So weird. Reality does not make sense one bit right now, and it's driving everyone insane.
Next week, we're going to have like a video of like Alec Baldwin showing up in an interview and just like starting to shoot people.
Oh my God.
like that scene from Joker.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God. Alec Baldwin's Joker moment. It's here.
You just had me on because you wanted to laugh at me.
Yeah, I mean that fucking what was the thing? The Biden getting that the shot and Kamala, like that set they're in.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean it's supposedly real. I don't want to jump to anything. I don't know. I don't know anymore. I don't know.
I feel like it does make sense that they would have an area so like press could fit in to get photos, but it's just weird because I don't remember that ever being used like during Obama or during any other, like they would just do it in the press briefing room usually. Like
normally, like normal presidents.
So
they've just done away with all pretense of being normal now.
I think it's like psychological warfare, honestly. Yeah. Like they're like, what are you gonna do? Everything's not real. Like at this point, I'm like, they're sending us secret messages, which is like the most schizo thing to say. But what can I say?
They're like, fuck it, we can do whatever we want to. Yeah. We're just gonna hold this shit on a set like it's a movie because it basically is.
Yes, it's demoralizing.
They're trying to wear me down. They're like the lighting from the windows is strange. There's some, I know this all sounds crazy just saying it. I don't like talking about it because it sounds weird, but the lighting, the size of the trees in the background, something is off. Something is fucking off, but I don't know.
Well, the thing that confuses me a little bit is like, I mean, wasn't that set like obviously a set? You're talking about like the stage he was on when he got the fucking his like little saline shot that definitely wasn't the vaccine, right?
Right.
Well,
yeah, like behind him, he's got like fucking screen. He's got like windows that are like obviously like LED screens. Like I thought there was like a cutaway picture that someone had taken where it was like a film set. Like
it was a soundstage, literally a soundstage. Like.
Yeah,
Truman
like
Show ass.
It's like directed by Lars von Trier. Like, fucking, what is this shit? Like, are they denying?
I think they were like, "What are you talking about? We've always used this for press events." That's what they say, basically.
They're gaslighting me.
We are being gaslighted. They taught us all that word right before they did it to everybody.
It's really disturbing. They really could just. I always say this. They really could just be like, we're fucking poisoning your water. We're fucking putting fumes in the air or whatever. They could just admit this shit. I don't think there'd be that much uproar. I think they're that confident. They're just like, what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do? It's one of a million crazy things is going on. What are you going to do?
And people on Twitter would be like, oh, so you're mad they're poisoning the water. Okay, well, why don't you give a shit about air pollution?
Your water treats.
Stuff in the food. Treat water.
I mean, I'd say the first of this weird super hyper real shit that I clearly remember was the Kevin Spacey video. Do you guys remember that?
Oh my God. I was thinking about that the other day, how fully insane that was.
Yeah. What video?
You didn't see? Oh man, you got to see this one. You'd appreciate this. It's Kevin Spacey's basically in character as Frank Underwood.
Let me be Frank.
Are you talking about Let Me Be Frank?
On Christmas Day, yeah.
Bro, what the fuck?
Oh, dude, it's been
that's right up your alley.
It's been 3 years running now. He does it every Christmas now.
Really?
Wait, he still does
it? There's three or four of them,
there's definitely been more than one. Every Christmas, I look for it.
Yeah, I remember with my old roommates, it was every Christmas we would all watch it together in our fucking sweaters. I'm not even kidding, dude.
Fucking sickos.
Yeah, in hot. Yeah, we're having hot cocoa. Unironically having hot cocoa with the homies, and that's a nice milk treat right there.
Yeah, and, shout out to milk.
Shout out milk, boys, and.
You drink milk?
In the first video, he's drinking coffee out of a cup that is only bought in the Royal Palace gift shop.
Yes.
He's got all these Easter eggs, bro.
Yes,
what the fuck?
They're sending messages.
Yeah. Dude, now it's really making me think about that time he said Alec Baldwin was gonna kill a woman on a movie set.
Did he say that? Oh my God. I was
read between the lines, he said it.
Bro, my wires just got crossed when you said that. I'm oh my God. It's the missing piece.
My stomach dropped. I was like, holy shit.
Dude, you guys should have followed the Easter eggs.
That'd be so stupid. No, that was the first video where, I'm sure there's more before that, but that was the first one where I had this real, palpable feeling of hyper real shit of just what is this fucking real? Is this really going on? And now it's every day I feel that. Now I see
every damn day.
Every day. Yeah.
It's very surreal.
Yeah, it's strange. I mean, as I don't know, as far as the vax or whatever. I mean, well, the other thing I was going to say was did any of you see the Fauci documentary? Any of you?
Oh God, I could not do it to myself.
I saw the trailer, but
yeah, that was enough.
I'm not subscribed to that fucking Disney nonsense.
Disney, right?
Yeah. I saw it got 80% positive critic reviews and 4% audience reviews. It's always good to see.
I'm gonna look up the Rotten Tomatoes now.
I saw that transposed with the Chappelle one, where the Chappelle one was 70 or 90% positive with audience reviews, and then it was a 13 from critics or something crazy. 30.
Ooh, lordy, we got a pretty good one on the Fauci ratio right here. All right, we got a beautiful ratio, folks. One of the best. Okay, so all right, I want to take estimates. What do you guys think that the critic review is?
It's 89. Probably in the 90s.
No, it's upper 90s.
Yeah, 94. maybe.
The gold is going to CRK. 89, 88. Very close.
There's some dissenters. Right. There's some dissenters.
Well, they had to make it look real, like when you cheat off a kid's test and you just like know you're going to get a couple wrong on purpose.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's perfect. All right. And then, drum roll, the best part, the white pill here. Audience score. What do we think?
9.
I think 5.
3.
It's going to COH. We got 2% audience.
2%. Wow.
Yeah, dude.
And there's bots like giving high percentages. So even despite all that. Damn.
Yeah, but the bots can't stop the storm.
The people. That's right.
Dude, I love. Okay, so they have these summaries, right? So we have critic consensus. Fauci isn't the cure for the common biodoc, but it offers an entertaining and that intro, by the way, is what COH was saying of getting a couple answers wrong, right? Fauci isn't the cure for the common biodoc. Biodoc isn't a fucking thing, but it offers an entertaining and edifying overview of a life largely spent in public service. Okay.
Okay.
No. Here we go. Audience consensus. Audience says, after Fauci's digital release, some viewers expressed dissatisfaction with the subject matter by giving the documentary a rotten rating.
So they're just saying,
what does that mean?
Are they saying those reviews are like shouldn't be like taken seriously because it's all like Trump MAGA people coming in and downvoting it or something? Is that what they're trying to get at?
That's the implication, I think.
Those people were January 6th. They were the insurrectionists at January 6th.
Yeah, we had a bunch of people insurrect our reviews here. Pay no mind.
They're going to change the definition of terrorism to include review bombing on Rotten Tomatoes.
We are so close to that. It's not even funny.
Honestly, we say it as a joke, but in 2 months we'll be talking about it seriously.
Yeah, it'll be cliche soon.
Man, I love that they say that bullshit about him spending his life in public service.
My God.
He's not just some self-serving piece of shit.
Putting dogs' heads in fucking boxes with
seriously,
traps. Public service.
Literally satanic rituals happening in front of our eyes.
Oh man, that's a whole fucking thing too. Like, oh my God, that fucking story. That was just yesterday or this morning, right? That came out.
I think they must be getting ready to toss him overboard. It seems like we're reaching some kind of critical mass with this news about Fauci.
I've been thinking they've been hinting at it. There's been moments like ripples in the cycle where they sort of kind of nudge him a little. And I mean, it's Cuomo, fucking all these guys. There's a moment and Biden, his time's going to come. His Me Too shit's going to come. We're going to see about Tara Reid all of a sudden again.
Oh, yeah.
Their shit's going to come up and they're going to toss him when it's convenient to get
do you think that's a bold prediction there, bringing in Tara Reid? Do you think Tara Reid? Yeah. I mean, do you guys think that'll get a second wind in the narrative?
It's hard to, I'm not sure. It's weird to think that, I guess if they don't have anything else, maybe they would do something about Afghanistan or something. I agree that they'll probably toss him aside. I do agree with that.
Oh, they're for sure going to toss him aside. I think it's just going to be, they're just going to go into the treasure trove of just hours of him saying the N-word.
Oh, there, yeah. That would be pretty easy.
Tapes
the Nixon. Well, the NI something tapes, you know. But
they're just going to show those memes of Biden with his head over behind teen girls sniffing their hair.
Oh my God.
They're just gonna act like it's brand new.
It seems like this guy's a fucking pedophile or something. Wow, we're breaking the story for the first time. We're gonna give ourselves a Pulitzer Prize.
They'll write an article about him. They'll be the first out pedophile to be president of the United States. Just they wrote about old girl.
Normalizing it.
That'll be the next conversation we have. Yeah.
I think they'll toss them both. I mean, the Tara Reid thing. I mean, I don't know if it'll be specifically Tara Reid. I mean, why not? But
they might toss it in there with Cuomo. I felt like there was one allegation, and then everybody just was throwing whatever at him.
Exactly.
Except for the nursing home scandal, which is funny.
Surprising. Yeah. But yeah, Fauci, his time will come. Obviously, I mean, they gotta pin. Once there's enough backlash about all this, they gotta pin it on somebody, and then they'll just
move some new demon in his place to do whatever he was supposed to.
Absolutely. But what you see that too, Slav, or you think that's kind of outlandish?
What, that they'll like throw him to the wolves?
What with like terror, like a Me Too thing? I feel like this is the go-to way.
Yeah, I mean, I think what I've thought for a while with Biden is that like they'll like have him go out in kind of like a dignified way of like. And they'll have it kind of, it's going to be symbolic. It's all about the symbolism with this one for me, right? So it's going to be like the old decrepit white man is going to like be kind of like escorted off stage and like fucking, it's her time, baby.
Hell yeah,
it's
baby.
Oh my God.
She comes out with the Timbs, the custom Timbs.
She comes out with the Timbs fucking slam. The fucking Space Jam song comes on. Oh my God, the pantsuit. And like, I think that's what I think it's going to be kind of something like that. And because what they try to always do with this stuff is like make it this kind of like symbolic thing that you can kind of extrapolate out to the rest. It's like the power of myth, right? It's like, oh man, like I see myself in these stories they're laying out. Yeah, it's all a bunch of bullshit. But yeah, I mean, I think, dude, Fauci for sure is gonna be carted off to the ranch at some point. But to be fair, like he's like the public facing figure in all of this. Yeah, and so it's not really like it's like an incisive kind of thing to think like, oh, like they're gonna kind of rotate him out at some point, because like he is, I think, part of his job supposed to be a fall guy to a certain extent, because he's just a public figure.
Once those mutant kids start popping out of vaccinated wombs, they're gonna be like, oh shit, yeah, Fauci pushed on that for pregnant women.
Yeah. They're gonna be born with the souls of sacrificed beagle puppies.
Oh,
and they're just gonna rip their mothers apart.
Sandflies flying all around them.
God.
Oh my God. I just saw in the, I mean, yeah, that whole biopic was just amazing. Like, I mean, I feel like there's always like a couple years. I feel like there's more time before somebody gets like a biopic, but he's still in the job. Middle. It's still happening. Yeah, it's still happening.
It's insane.
But they're trying to speed up his cycle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But somebody had put like a scene from the trailer where like he has a portrait of himself on the wall, like a giant Fauci portrait in his office. Yeah. I don't know, man. That's again, it's the Kevin Spacey feeling where I'm like, is this fucking real? Like, I don't know.
It's so weird. It's like a colorful portrait. Like, it looks like one of those like old Obama portraits too. Like Hope and Change, and it's huge. It's like probably 2 feet by 4 feet, like wide, and
life size.
Right next to where he can see. It's like, what is wrong with you? That is
just to get inspired, every day I look to my mentors.
I mean, it says everything. It says everything.
Yeah. Sexiest man alive 2 years in a row and all that.
Disgusting.
Yeah. But I mean, well, as in juxtaposition to that, the Chappelle thing, I mean, I don't know what you guys think, but I mean, I think there's like a clear, obvious, like the woke divide, obviously, on this. But like, I know Jack and like Anna Kay and a couple of people don't like the Chappelle sketch, and like some other people are saying that too. I mean, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of commentary about it where it seems like people haven't seen it. That's the vibe I get. I can't assume that, but like the people who like say it's like terror, like transphobic and all that, I just get this vibe like it's like discourse on discourse. Like I feel like nobody's seen it.
Well, they can't watch it because that's like doing the sinful thing, right? You can't look at that. That's bad. So, it might poison your mind. So you just have to like ridicule it, going off of like secondhand information. That's also going off of secondhand information.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it does seem like nobody's talking about the same thing. Like we're operating in two separate realities that just never intersect. Because like the people protesting it, I'm like, I mean, I watched it before coming to talk with you guys, and I was like, really? Like it was, the end of it was like a heartwarming story. So I don't really understand. It's so strange to me that like people are so like, it's not, I guess these are like, alienated people who have no sense of like community or self or anything like that. But the fact that it gets this much mainstream media play, like we're elevating like just the sickest among us to scream at each other. It's so odd. Like, it's just nobody is like that. Like most people aren't. But
there's no normie on the street that's like frothing at the mouth about this. Like that's not happening.
It's so alienating, like to see that video. They ended up taking it. Twitter ended up taking it down or something. I don't know. Who knows why? But that video where that guy had like that sign that was like, "We love Dave" or something, and they tore it and then accused him of like having a weapon because the stick was like, once the sign was off his stick, like they were like, "You have a weapon, the stick is a weapon." And like they were like trying to pass that off as like this guy getting like violent with trans activists. And it was like anyone who saw this video like could clearly see who was acting irrationally, but it's like they're still trying to spin this narrative that we can all see in front of our eyes is like not true. It's maddening.
Yeah, it's fucking nuts. And like the CEO of Netflix comes out, he's like, we're not going to take it down because we have a strong belief that violence on the screen doesn't translate to violence in reality. And it's like, motherfucker, there's no violence on the screen either, dude. Like, don't frame it that way and buy into that narrative. Just say like, nah, this is a fucking comedy special, and sometimes shit like that offends some people. Sorry, we're keeping it up.
Yeah, and then he was like the next day. Now. Yeah, he did. He was like, "We didn't lead with humanity, and I apologize."
Bitch boy.
It's like, what? It's insane.
Oh my God. I'm surprised this is like lasted as long as it has, because it came out like, I don't know,
a month ago, bro.
Yeah, it's been some time. I saw it like hungover like the morning after it came out, and I thought it was funny. Like I thought the second half was funny.
Yeah, and, I thought it was, the second half was okay. It just didn't seem...
The first part threw me off, bro, and like I couldn't get past that. Like him coming out immediately talking about getting vaccinated, immediately talking about fucking stop Asian hate, and immediately talking about some other stupid bullshit.
Wait,
he hit all the talking points, like right off the bat to let you know what type of motherfucker he is and what that set was going to be like. Like, it was just
and he joked about like getting Johnson & Johnson and how that was like the low class thing to do or whatever. So yeah, that was weird. I mean, he did like kind of joke about COVID, like being like overblown or whatever. He was like, yeah, I had COVID. I felt bad because I probably infected like thousands of people, killed thousands of people on like trying to get ready for this special. But it was odd. And I also felt like it was just really like he was making jokes about DaBaby. And I was like, didn't that happen like a few months ago? Like, how is this in your special? A special is supposed to be something you've like rehearsed for months and months and months and maybe years to have like enough good material to put in a special. But it just seems like a comedy show. I would go walk into a comedy club anywhere and see. Like all the jokes were stuff I've heard before mostly, except for the second half, which was I thought was like better and like actually like a nice story, even though it kind of reminded me of Nanette, which was funny. It's like the anti-woke Nanette.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I still haven't seen it, right? But like, just like I resent this whole thing of comedy specials are supposed to just be like TED Talks now.
Right.
It's time for us to like have a serious conversation about these things, bro. It's like I don't like I'm not gonna act like Chappelle is an incredibly funny person. He's like a really really talented comedian, so I'm sure it's funny. I haven't watched this shit. I have all my friends telling me to watch this. I have all my friends telling me to watch Squid Game. I don't want to do it. I don't want to participate in any of this stuff. I probably will at some point. I probably will eat the bug at some point.
Eat the squid.
Eat the squid. I mean, squids are kind of like sea bugs.
Bro, I never eat any of that shit. I've had squid before actually, but fuck that, it's gross.
It is gross. Too slimy.
I like squid, dude.
Dude.
What was I saying? No, just like I'm sure it's funny or whatever, but I don't like this. Yeah, this whole thing of like comedy specials are now like college lectures for normies. I feel like it plays into this like weird premise that libs have generally of just being like, we need to like save people's souls and everything. Like we need to have these big struggle sessions and like, no, we literally don't.
The Daily Show mantra or whatever, like have a big serious moment to break up the levity or whatever. But
yeah, exactly. No, but seriously, folks at home, it's time we talk to. And like, no, shut the fuck up. Like,
I mean, I grew up on Chappelle. I love Chappelle, but I would say like, you know, the last ones he did where there were like no jokes, like the mini 20-minute YouTube things or 40-minute ones about Floyd or whatever. There were no jokes. Obviously, he was just ranting, you know, and it was very like id poll based. It was very like, you know, black only perspective or whatever, which, you know, he's very upfront about it. That's what he believes. So, I mean, he's going to give from that perspective. So that's what it is.
That's what he's always kind of done too. Like that's always been his comedy. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't go to him for anything like deeper intellectually. I mean, there were times where he's like hinted at like capitalism. There's times where he's like kind of like, you know, about like the pimp name Slickback. No, Iceberg Slim or whatever. Like when he's talking about the end of that. Like there's times where he gets a little bit deeper. Everything. Yeah. So there's moments but I don't go to him for like information. I go to like hear a funny joke, like Impossible Pussy or whatever. So like, I don't know. I thought it was funny. I mean,
that was the best joke, the Impossible Pussy. I thought.
Yeah, I love that shit. It's so simple.
I feel like this is so ironic because I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but I feel like it's very ironic that CRK is defending the transphobic comedy special to me because I'm supposed to be the demographic, right? Like that's my whole thing. But you never know. You know, to be honest, maybe I'll watch it. Maybe I'll really like it. But I'm really surprised to hear what COH was saying, like about the Asian hate shit and the Pfizer's, or I mean the vaccine stuff. It's like, man, I didn't even know that. That makes me that set me back a couple weeks.
Well, he made a joke of like the black part of me. Black people are beating up Asian people. And he's like, he's making the joke of like, that's what my body's doing, my immune system against this Asian disease or whatever. Like it was all couched in a joke or whatever. But like, again, I don't read it. I don't like listen like super seriously. I didn't have like high expectations or whatever. You know, it's just funny. But like, I don't know, the whole controversy, like this shit happened with Sticks and Stones. It was the same exact thing. Like it's kind of like a repeat. I don't understand all the commotion.
It feels like a marketing strategy, like just the fact that it's gone on so long, and then Netflix had that like Twitter account that was like we're basically like AOC like I'm okay moment after like this controversy comes out, and it's just so strange. Like this Netflix branded account is like protesting against Netflix, but their protest is not to cancel your subscription, just like don't watch for a day. And like they're all like there was more media than protesters at this protest at Netflix's offices, and it's just like it seems like an elaborate PR setup. And
I mean, they got their stupid little activism moment,
right?
Like outside of
they get to have their cake and eat it too, because they get like both sides of the coin, like people protesting it, talking about it, and then people defending it, talking about it. And pretty soon everybody's like, well, damn, I should at least see what it's about, I guess.
A little bit of patronage happening there.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%. One of the funniest things is I saw there was that Eric Weinstein post.
Oh yeah. That was so IDW weird.
Yeah, and he's like, hey guys, like I made the mistake of thinking this is just about some jokes, but it's really not. And like, and he doesn't actually say anything in the post. He's just like, you know, check out this trans person story, and it's probably like some link to a fucking PayPal or something. And it's just like
they always are.
And it always says, and it's just like, what the fuck is going on?
Aren't they a one-trick pony? Like IDW is about free speech, right? You're a one-trick pony, so stick to your fucking trick. Like what? It was very bizarre. It was very
I think he's trying to kind of like expand the brand or something. Who knows? Hey, the grift.
Get the bag.
It's just funny, man. I mean, that guy's fucking weird. Like, that's the guy that went on like Rogan and said that he had like the secret to faster than light space travel.
Oh god, so, like, both of the Weinsteins are like odd vibes to me.
No, totally. Like
they
Eric
speak too softly or something.
They speak too softly, and then you'll see the ivermectin stuff with Eric Weinstein, and you'll be like, oh, that's kind of based. And then you realize he's like supporting this stuff because he believes in like zero COVID.
Yes,
and it's like, oh no, dude, what?
Yeah, he's like this horrible, horrible disease that ravages your body. Like it's weird.
Morons, dude. I actually had friends that went to Evergreen that took his class. And
really?
I guess he's like a nice guy, but yeah, no, it's just funny. Like all the Evergreen stuff kind of was kind of because it was around here. I mean,
I gotta check their early life section. This is suspicious stuff.
I mean, there's no need to check. It's right there in the name.
Whoa, I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, I mean, well, I feel
they're brothers. That they're brothers.
Right. Oh, right. Yeah. I feel like you guys are being anti-worker because they were having strikes, the Netflix strikes. You know what I mean? And I feel like
the true workers.
Yeah. That was a real take. I don't know if COH saw that, but that was a real take going around.
What was that? If you don't stand with the Netflix like anti-Chappelle people, that you're anti-worker.
Yeah, because people were saying it's like, I think somebody tweeted this is not like a labor issue. And then somebody slid in and was like, are the Netflix protesters not employees? Are they not workers? Yeah. And it's like, no.
No, thank you.
Like Chad meme, no.
No, they're fucking satanic priests that bring demons into reality through media
exactly.
products. Are you fucking kidding me? And then we had the big ass GE walkout. Right? Over the vaccine stuff.
Yeah.
Crickets.
Right.
Crickets.
Oh, no, they're like actively defending. Like, they'll be like, well, those workers are putting the real workers who took the vaccine in danger.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Like, okay.
Those are the bad workers, and they're putting all the good workers at danger. You can't do that.
Yeah, well, the Netflix people are putting other employees at risk because they're, gonna fucking make it so no one can tell any fucking jokes around them. And it's an unsafe work environment.
Somebody should try that angle. Comedian.
Oh, it's gonna come.
Yeah,
it's gonna come. It's such a wild angle, though. Like a whole, like imagining like a factory empty and being like, these people are the bad ones, the two good ones inside the factory. They're the real workers. Like what? Like I don't know. It's very. I mean, they're pretzeling themselves more and more every day. I mean,
I feel like fucked. They recognize that they're like that's why they get so mad. I feel like it's because they know that it's inconsistent and they're just like sputtering to try to make sense of it. But it makes no goddamn sense. Obviously, it's like
the milks are treats and all that. Like it's weird. It's a weird position they've sort of backed into. All because they endorsed Biden. I mean, you're kind of like, this is what you have to do. You just have to stick to this line, however crazy it gets.
With the food shortage stuff, I love it, man.
I wonder just how long they'll hang on. Like, will it be like, what will finally have to happen to get them to change their mind about this?
I think we're already seeing cracks in the narrative.
Yeah.
Because there was that one. We don't name names here. We don't name names here. We're not a toxic community.
No free clout.
No, exactly. I'm like sitting here, just like digging my fingernails into my desk. Like, resist the clout. Yeah. No, like some of these retards just being like, oh, the fact is like, obviously I worry about food shortages, but I just hate that these people are talking about it.
Yeah, I saw that.
Obviously, I prepped at the beginning of all of this, you dummies. You should have too. You didn't? Which is funny because I literally have preps in my fucking home, dude. Like I have food set aside, bro. And I did it at the fucking beginning of all of this. And I've been doing it, whenever you go to the store, right? Just grab a couple non-perishables while you're going, dude. Just work it into your routine, right?
Yeah.
My fucking, like, the couple of times I've actually, like, told lib friends, they look at me like I have a fucking, and maybe partially accurately at certain points, like I have a fucking screw loose, dude. And so I love this guy just being like, what, you idiots weren't prepping? Like, dude, I guarantee you that's the tone of a guy who has, like, one sleeve of top ramen and three prep, dude. Fuck him.
He dies of dehydration because all the salt in his prep foods.
Exactly, dude. The real thing that I'm curious about is just like I want us to define I want them to define. It's not my fucking job. I want somebody to define what food doesn't count as a fucking treat.
Right. It's ever expanding category, it seems. Milk now. Milk is a treat.
Which is funny because
eggs and bread.
Well, no, exactly, because milk, eggs, and bread are like the
staples.
Are the staple, the meme that everyone uses as a metric for like food cost.
Right.
And like 1/3 of those is gone out the window now.
Yeah. It's literally what they used to measure poverty like decades ago. Like
they're like, what's the big deal? Just DoorDash, Chipotle. Like we're fine.
But it's all ironic, so That's the thing.
Yeah, and also prepping, I thought that was a right-wing thing to do. It's just...
Yeah, it is. Facebook wants you to report those people.
Right.
Yeah, beginning of COVID.
Prepared.
Beginning of COVID, before it got here in the winter, if you were bug out bag prepping, you were a right-winger. And if you were a liberal, you were saying it's not that big of a deal. It's not going to be a big deal when it comes here.
You were supporting Chinese restaurants. Is what you were doing.
Right. Dude, not only that, it was like you need to go to Chinese New Year and you can't wear a mask because that has racist undertones. And you need to like buy a bunch of fucking chow mein it's wild, dude. Like these people lampoon themselves in real time.
They can't help it. They're constantly setting themselves up.
Do you guys think that if there's going to be shortages again, and like we all remember, the halcyon days of toilet paper shortages, right? I mean, is this a good time to like get like a bidet attachment to a toilet or something or something?
I would say that's a good decision no matter what. Bad call. Yeah, regardless of toilet paper. Yeah,
that's a life of luxury right there, bro.
It is.
Dude, I think came in my new apartment and it changed my life, changed my whole.
It's wild, everything.
Bro. Wait, it's a whole new standard.
Yeah, it did. I can't go back.
That fucking rules, dude.
TPs for peasants.
Bro, like half the world uses like a bum gun or a fucking bidet. So like they're on a wave that we haven't even thought about here in America for the most part.
Absolutely. Dude, this is what podcast money does to a motherfucker.
I was talking to start buying bidets. That's a treat.
I was just talking the other day about like the bidet debate, and yeah, man, like I think it's going to be a pretty practical decision coming up here soon. Probably get a cheap ass Chinese one on fucking Amazon for pretty cheap too. You just put it in the bowl. Why not?
They're really not expensive. I think they're like $50 or something. Nothing crazy for that comfort.
With a water warmer and shit on that bitch for like $58-$70.
Bro, I'm looking. The first thing I'm the young Jamie of this episode right now. The first thing that comes up is $37.94 on Amazon.
There you go, bro.
Easy peasy. Dude, the only thing that puts me off, like I don't really care about like being sodomized by a stream of water. It's just that I'm put off by the idea of needing to clean another thing that will get like shit and piss particles on it.
A lot of them are self-cleaning because like you can like change the setting and it sort of like flushes itself.
Oh shit. Is yours?
I think so, yeah.
Oh hell yeah. Well, if you don't know, then it for sure is.
Yeah, I'm in a different world, Just in first class. Before the Patreon money, I was fucking, using leaves like an animal.
Dude, oh my God, I think I might do this, man. I'm glad I brought this up because you guys gave me the moral support I needed to take this extra step.
Yeah, but no, the one. Well, before I forget, there was one more thing about the Chappelle thing. That one person who was outside. I posted that video that was like, my persona is
oh my God, yes,
a character from HBO or something.
She said her persona, Eureka O'Hara from Drag Race.
Yeah, and the whole
season
thing.
8 and 9.
Yeah, and they say the season and the episode name. Like they sound like a fucking like Star Trek super fan, like naming specific episodes and shit.
Ultra consumers, like that's what it is. Like that is like the person interviewing them, like. How do you go interview someone like that and like walk away being like, yeah, like these people deserve to be heard. Yeah, everything's fine.
Yeah, I don't know. It's very strange. It's one of those things. Again, non-parodyable. Like you can't parody anything anymore. Like
and it's like so
there's no
dark.
joke to make about that.
Right.
Yeah, it's just like it's an exaggeration I would have come up with a year ago or something.
Yeah,
but.
It's fucked up, man. Like it's fucked up. Like I can't even. Yeah. I watched that video when you like reposted it, and like, I was like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just in awe in awe. And like after enough time, after this like 100 years on the internet that this last year has been, like you would think that something wouldn't get me. I mean, to be fair, like the food shortage response is also just making me livid also.
Yeah.
But like, oh yeah, dude.
Bro, your identity is, oh man. Well, now I'm just going to be repeating it, but it's just stunning, man. Like this is a real fucking thing.
Yeah, I've not seen this video, and I'm going to like hold off on that now that I've heard y'all talk about it, because holy fuck,
it's really crazy. Dark. It's like a mass psychosis. Like that's all there is to say, really. And I don't know how you come back from something like that.
Also, their just face was like so genuine.
Yeah,
oh, dude, totally. Well, like these. Yeah, I mean, just so much confidence, but like it's also just like these are the people that say that they're like anti-capitalists, and it's like you're not anti-capitalist, you're like the id of capitalism. Like you are it. It is you. Like it is inextricably tied with your soul now. Like it's fucking sad, dude.
Yeah, it was dark. It was. I don't know. Yeah, it's hyper. It's the hyper Bugman thing. It's I don't know. When I see that, like there were some people in my replies that were just like, oh yeah, this person is like not human or whatever. And I mean,
no,
I don't know. Exactly,
sad, bro. It's just like very lost, very twisted up, very like psychologically broken human.
Right. You can't even. How could you feel anything but sorry? Like that has to be a hellish mind state to be in.
Like the beginning of the video with the usual smugness, I feel the malice a little bit of just like, this annoying motherfucker. And then it literally gets to the thing we're talking about, and it's like, you're
in trouble.
yeah, like your identity is super fan. And then it's just like, dude, honestly, this is like everybody jokes about, like the king of comedy, like the Scorsese movie and everything. I mean, people were talking about it a lot because Joker, but like I feel like it gets connected with Joker a lot, but like, dude, like the true like Rupert Pupkin like spiritual follow-up to De Niro's character is like people like this. Like this delusion of like, like I'm Jimmy Carson's friend and shit like that. And like getting all tied up in it. Like that's what this is.
Right. You're right. It really is. It's that same like, that just sad image of him just like in front of the screen or whatever, just delusional. Like that's really what it is. It's the fame chasing thing is like prevalent everywhere.
Yep.
But I don't know. I don't like, there's people who get mad at these types of people or whatever. Like their first reaction is just like, I hate this person or whatever. I don't know. I don't get that reaction. I'm just like, damn, I live in the same world as this person. So something's off with the rest of the world that made this person like that. And it's like, I mean, I can feel it. I don't have the same reaction as this person.
Right.
I didn't lose my mind the exact same way as them. I became a COVID schizo, but
you got a bidet.
I got a bidet to cope with my COVID schizophrenia. But yeah, I mean, it's just like, there's some psychic forces being assaulted on all of us.
It does feel like we're being possessed, I do have to say.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, we hit the 2 hours, so this is a good part to cut it off. But thanks for coming on again, Nicole.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Always great to vent.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have you back on another time, sure.
Sweet, would love to.
All right, peace, guys.
Peace. All right, that was part 1 of our episode. If you'd like to listen to part 2, you can find that at patreon.com/fedpost. Thanks for listening.